Hi guys, my name's Martin from Aviators and welcome to your daily conditioning videos. This is the Tumble conditioning video. In a moment Shannon's going to pop up on screen and run you through the conditioning workouts for Tumble. Just with this one especially guys, please make sure to bear in mind the things that are around you, make sure you're training in a safe place, and please don't do anything that's beyond your capability or that you feel uncomfortable with.
Hey guys, Shannon here, and this is your Tumble conditioning video. I'll be doing all the reps, so just follow along, and if you feel like you need a break or a drink of water, just pause the video and then you can play again and carry on. So the first exercise is handstand against the wall. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds. You can either do it with your belly facing the wall, your back against the wall, or for an extra challenge you can try and hold it for the whole 30 seconds without the wall at all. Make sure that whilst you're doing this, you're keeping your core nice and tight, your legs and arms straight, and your head neutral between your arms. The next exercise is handstand shoulder touches. You can do this either against the wall or away from the wall as an extra challenge. We're going to go for 5 touches on each side, maintaining that nice hollow position in the handstand and pushing tall throughout. The next exercise is handstand shoulder shrugs. You can do this either facing the wall or away from the wall, and we're going to go for 5 nice and slow and controlled. The aim is to bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears while shrugging them and then pushing nice and tall into that handstand position. The next exercise is hurdle steps. We're going to be doing these nice and long, and we're going to aim for 10, holding that lunge shape for 5 seconds. The next exercise is lunge kick jumps, and you're going to aim for 10 on each leg, making sure that you're jumping through that leg and keeping your back leg nice and straight. The next exercise is something that we do every week in Tumble practice, and that is handstand hops. We're going to go for 10 reps of these, and they're really important for handsprings, both forwards and backwards, and your round offs. So even if you can't do them, make sure you're at least attempting to get that hop. exercise is piked handstand against the wall. Again, I'm going to be doing this for 30 seconds. You want to make sure that you're keeping your bum above your shoulders, your legs nice and straight. There are two options here. You can either do the full 30 seconds in the piked handstand, or you can do 10 seconds in the piked handstand, 10 seconds with your right leg extended into a split, and 10 seconds with your left leg extended into a split. And that's what I will be doing. The next exercise is caterpillar walks. We're going to aim for 5 of these, nice and slow and controlled, really hoping to push past that front support position whilst keeping that hollow shape nice.
I got a little bit trash last night. I got a little bit wasted. I got a little bit mashed last night. I got a little tasted.
The next exercise is to work your hollow position. You'll begin by lying on your back, arms by your ears and feet raised either against the wall or on a couch. You will snap your hands to clean and raise your hips nice and high, holding that hollow position for 10 seconds, and we're going to do that 10 times.
Cause a party and a party till you ride on ooh and end up on the pool, can't remember you clueless. I'm still like, what the hell are you doing? Stumbling, fumbling, you wonder why come again. Give me hand, give me gin, give me liquor, give me champagne, but still I'm damn. Rappers after that, if you was by, tell a friend. Like all my homies know you can all sip again. Get it in, and again, leave evidence. Wasted, so what, irrelevant. Yeah, kick to the head, who's selling it? I got a lingo, but that's my medicine. Don't mean to brag, I'm too intelligent. A little jack can't hurt this, but I am. I show up, but I never throw up, so let the drinks pour up, pour up. I got a hangover. Whoa, I've been drinking too much for sure. I got a hangover. Whoa, I got an empty cup, pour me some more, so I can go until they close up, and I can drink until I throw up, and I don't ever want to grow up, I wanna keep it going, keep it going, come on.
The next exercise is to help you guys learn and condition that really important hollow shape. We're going to be doing arch and then snap into that hollow shape against the wall. We'll be holding the hollow shape for 5 seconds and then doing 5 shoulder pops. That's going to be 1 set, and we're going to do 5 sets.
When I walk in the spot, this is what I see. Everybody stops and they staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Yo, when I'm at the mall, spirit just can't fight the mall. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks. Why? And this is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We hit it to the bar, baby, don't be nervous. No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. Why? Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. When I walk in the spot, yeah, this is what I see. Okay, everybody stop.
The next exercise is candlestick rolls. This is again really important for that hollow shape, so we're going to be rolling back and snapping into that hollow shape in the candlestick position.
I'm sexy and I know it. Check it out. Check it out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Next exercise is shoulder pops. We're going to go for 10 reps of these. You can either do these in a front support position on the floor or with your feet elevated on a chair or couch. Either way, you've got to make sure that you're keeping your chest nice and hollow, your core tight, and that you're not bending your arms in order to get that pop. The next exercise is to work your shoulder flexibility. So you're going to be doing a bridge up against the wall, facing the wall, and you're going to slowly push your shoulders towards the wall 10 times.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Or capital H-I-M. Just put your paws in, because you were born this way.
This is another exercise for your shoulder flexibility. So you're going to do a piked handstand against the wall, and you're going to be pushing your shoulders towards the wall as much as you can, in and out 5 times, nice and controlled. The last exercise is to help you guys rep your forwards and backwards walkovers. So we're going to aim for 5 TikToks. You can do these either on the floor if you're confident, or onto a couch or chair, and you can also get someone to help you if you need it. When you're doing it, please make sure that your shoulders are remaining above your hands and you are doing them as controlled as possible, not letting that other leg touch the floor or couch or chair.
Baby, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. Baby, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. Right, baby, I was born this way. Baby, something there's another friend. So with every joy's the truth. The religion of the insecure. I must be myself if we play good. A different lover is not a sin. Believe capital H-I-M. I love my life, I love this record.
Hey guys, Shannon here, and this is your full body stretch. If you just follow along, feel free to pause at any time if you feel like you need to do the stretch for a little bit longer. So starting off, pulling the arm across, and same on the other side. You should be feeling the stretch here. Then you're going to pull your arm back behind your head. Again, you should be feeling the stretch on the front of your arm, just here. Leaning over at the sides, should be feeling the stretch down the side. And nice flat back. Reaching down to your toes. Try to get your nose to your knee, keeping your legs nice and straight. Reaching down through the middle. Again, keeping your legs nice and straight, and then repeat on the other leg. So nose to knee, legs nice and straight. Flat back. Pushing nice and tall. And reaching over again, feeling the stretch down the side of your body. Turn to the side so you can see. You're going to reach your arms through as far as you can to really get that stretch down the back of your legs. You can also do it with your arms clasped behind your back, leaning over, and you'll get an extra stretch in your shoulders if you try to reach your hands towards the floor. Just give your arms a little stretch out. And moving on. Give your ankles and wrists a quick stretch, just a few circles. So when you're doing this next exercise, they're warm. Crouching down, and you want to do 8 bounces in this shape. You should feel the stretch sort of in your calves, and then you can stretch up into a pike. Try to get your nose to your knees, legs nice and straight. Hold that for about 8 to 10 seconds and then repeat. This time you can reach with your arms behind, again trying to get your nose to your knees, that just increases the stretch. And the third time, if you really want to push yourself, you can clasp your hands behind and again try to reach your hands to the floor, giving your shoulders that extra stretch. All the while you should be keeping your legs completely straight as much as you can. Going to sit in straddle, leaning over to one side, just try to touch your toes. And same on the other side. As you're doing this, you should feel the stretch all the way down your body here. Then you're going to turn to face one foot, and you want your nose to your knee. Make sure that your legs and toes are completely straight. There should be no gaps underneath your knees. And you're just going to walk your hands out to the front, aiming to get your chest and belly on the floor, not just your nose. Again, making sure that your toes are reaching upwards, not folding in towards the floor. Then going to do butterfly stretch. And to increase the stretch, you can sit up and lean over, trying to get your belly button to your toes. Still keeping your knees as flat to the floor as you can. Now I'm going to move on to warming up splits. Start with box splits or middle splits. I'm going to do a side lunge, trying to keep that leg nice and straight, making sure you feel the stretch in the hip and the inside of that straight leg. And same on the other side. This is my preferred way of warming up splits, but if you have another way, feel free to do that as well. I'm going to repeat the lunge on each leg twice. And for me, I'm pretty much stretched now to slide into splits. If you feel like you need a bit longer, feel free to pause the video, do a bit more stretching before joining me in splits. I'll face the side so you can see. You're going to slide down into your middle splits as far as you can go, keeping your legs in a nice straight line. Try to keep your bum also in that straight line. You don't want it to be going too far forwards or too far back. Get as far down as you can and hold it there. If you can get all the way down, you can either sit up, keeping your toes up and your legs nice and straight, or you can lean forwards, placing your chest on the floor. If you hold this position, stay in it. I'm just going to move to the front and show you a different angle. If you come out at any point, give your legs a wiggle and get straight back into it. So this is just from the front so that you can see legs are nice and straight. If you can, toes should remain up and so should knees, but eventually they will probably lean down towards the floor. Okay, we'll move on to warming up our front splits. Start whichever leg you like, and doing a front lunge, feeling the stretch in your back hip and leg. You can also place your elbows on the floor for a deeper stretch. And place your knee on the floor, lean back, and reach over that front leg, keeping it nice and straight and feeling the stretch down back your front leg. Back into your front lunge, this time reaching back to your foot, bringing it to your back, and you can feel the stretch along your quad. Then again, leaning back and leaning over that front leg, keeping it nice and straight and feeling the stretch down that front straight leg. At this point I'm warm, so I'm going to slide down into splits. As I said previously, feel free to pause the video and stretch for a little bit longer before joining me. Slide down as far as you can and hold it there. If you're all the way down, you can lean forwards, keeping your legs nice and straight as you do this. I like to do 10 to 15 seconds sitting upright, 10 to 15 seconds leaning forwards, and then 10 to 15 seconds leaning back. Flyers. This one is particularly good for working your scorps and your needles. And we'll warm up the other leg. Repeating everything that I just did on the first leg, so lunging forwards. I'm going to do it this time facing the front, just so you can see a different angle. So doing that front lunge, feeling the stretch along the back leg. Again, putting your elbows down for that deeper stretch if you want, and leaning back, reaching forwards over that front leg, keeping it nice and straight, nose to your knee. Leaning forwards again into your lunge, and again reaching back to that back foot, pulling it towards your back and stretching your quad. And once again, pulling back, leaning forwards over that front leg, keeping it nice and straight. And now I'm pretty much stretched to slide into splits. Again, if you want, feel free to pause the video, stretch for a little bit longer before going into splits. And I'll just repeat what I did on the other leg. So I'll sit up, holding that split, and then lean forwards over that front leg, trying to get nose to my knee, keeping my legs nice and straight as I do this. And then leaning back over that back leg. You can also reach your arms up and over as if you're trying to grab that back foot like in a scorp if you wish. We're done with splits, we're now going to move on to stretching out our back and shoulders. Starting downward dog position, pushing your armpits towards the floor as much as you can and feeling the stretch in your shoulders. Come up your hands forwards into seal stretch, trying to push your hips to the floor and your head back, feeling that stretch in your back. To increase the stretch, you can try to touch your toes to your head, or just remain in seal stretch if you feel like that's good enough for you. Pulling back to give your back a rest and stretching those shoulders a little bit more. And going to repeat, going back into seal stretch, really pushing those hips into the floor, shoulders back, feeling that stretch in your back and preparing for bridges soon. Going to pull back again, trying to round your back out as much as possible, pushing it right up. To give your back an extra stretch, you're going to lean back and try to get your feet over your head to the other side, touching the floor. If you can't, don't worry, but you'll still feel this stretch. You can then slowly move your feet to the side and you'll feel the stretch down one side of your back. Move it to the other side and you'll feel it down the other side of your back. This is one of my favourite stretches for the muscles down your spine, particularly if they feel a bit stiff. Now you're going to be stretching your shoulders out a little bit more, reaching out behind you, and just really feel that stretch in your shoulders. Trying to keep your arms nice and straight. Now going to do some bridges. If you feel like you're not warm at this point, feel free to pause and carry on stretching. Going to push up to the bridge and hold it. As you can see, shoulders are over hands. You want your legs nice and straight, feet together. And if you come down, rock backwards and forwards to rock your back out. And we're going to do another one. This time, you want to really be pushing through your shoulders, so you can do some slow rocks back and forth, pushing your shoulders over your hands as much as you can. Nice and slowly, do 8 to 10 reps. Rock your back out once more, and that is your stretching complete. Feel free to do any extra stretches that you feel like you need to do at this point.
So that's the end of today's conditioning video. Hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully you got a good workout. If you have any questions or any queries, we're going to be posting these videos in your groups. So please comment on there or send us an email and we'll be happy to help.